and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binaries of all ages, welcome to How to Make a Literal Cat in Your Favorite RPG. I hope you're not here to learn how to do character creation the right way, because this is the Cat Creation Podcast, hosted in part by me, Joel Holland.
Hosted in the other part by me, Avalon.
And how are you today, Avalon?
I'm doing pretty good. My voice is a little low and scratchy because I've been dealing with some allergies, but
Oh no.
hopefully it doesn't sound too bad on the recording.
I'm actually surprised my allergies haven't been so bad this year. I've only gone through one bottle of Flonase in the last few months.
That's impressive. I very rarely use allergy meds because they all just make me so tired.
I'm not that affected by allergy medicine, I don't think.
I am. Maybe I should take it before I go to bed.
Yeah, there you go. That's when you take your, what's the...
Benadryl? Question mark?
No, you don't take Benadryl for allergies unless they're really bad. No, what am I thinking of that's like the 24-hour relief thing?
Is it Claritin? Zyrtec?
One of those, yeah.
I don't think I know any more than that, so I hope it's one of them.
Yeah, but like, you take it right before bed, you get your 24-hour relief kicking in when you're going to sleep, and you wake up hopefully not as drowsy as you would if you took it in the morning. Then you go about your day with your 24-hour relief. That's really only probably actually about 20 hours, but you know.
Yeah, that's fine. Any listeners out there know if this has happened? Get at me. Or know if this works? Let me know. The one time I will tell you, you can at me.
I mean, I can tell you, I take 2 different allergy medications, and, like, I have to manage the timing on them somehow.
I see. Well, cool. But enough of my allergy problems. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to make a cat. A literal cat, that is. In your favorite RPG. And if your favorite RPG is Ironsworn, got great news for you on what this episode is about.
If you're one of the 3 people who recommended Ironsworn, today is your lucky day.
Wow, this got recommended by 3 people?
I am not even kidding. 3 people asked us to do Ironsworn. 1 person on the Discord, we got an email from someone else, and then someone asked us on Blue Sky.
That's incredible. So yeah, this is fan requested. We're finally doing it.
And I'm pretty sure all 3 of them were different people.
Is the same person with multiple accounts?
I mean, hey... If one person made 3 different accounts to ask us to make an Ironsworn game, I admire the dedication, honestly.
I mean, yeah, genuinely. It's pretty good.
Literally, though, the single most requested game we've ever had, aside from Mutants in the Now, where after we made the Mutants in the Now episode, a lot of people thought it would be a great idea if we made a Mutants in the Now episode.
Wait, after we made the episode?
Yeah, that's another one that gets recommended so often, and I just, like, have the link ready to copy and paste a lot of the time now when I open the Literal Cat Pod account on Blue Sky.
That's so funny. Just be like, hey guys, we did it.
I mean, hey, the people want what they want, and luckily we can provide.
Yeah, we can provide instantaneously, which, you know, I think that reflects good on us.
I think so too.
Well, hopefully this episode reflects good on us too. Hopefully we do Ironsworn some justice. This is a tabletop RPG of perilous quests by Shawn Tomkin.
Yeah. Also, if you listen to the hit tabletop RPG actual play podcast Shrimp and Crits, you might know this from their 2nd season.
Oh, neat.
And if you don't know Shrimp and Crits, then you might know its host and game master from the time he brought his Star Wars fan game on our show last year.
Yeah.
That's Ian Malden, by the way, who made Lightside a Star Wars fan RPG.
Lightside was a fun one.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. Avalon's actually played as the cat we made in Lightside on another thing for the show, too.
Yep, Rika Purgic.
The one who looks like... why can I not think of his name now? The guy who played Hellboy.
My immediate thought was Joe DiMaggio, but I feel like that's wrong.
That's not right.
That's so wrong.
I want to say Anthony Bourdain, but that's also not who played Hellboy.
Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman. There we go. Yeah, good old Ron Perlman cat.
You'd be surprised just how many Maine Coons have a face that sort of resembles Ron Perlman. Like, if you were to look up Ron Perlman cat, you'd find at least 2 results.
Yeah. Kind of a low bar to set, but yes, you would find at least 2. I'd argue to say at least 3.
You might find 4. I'll tell you. You might find 4 of them.
Is this because you're looking it up right now?
No,
Okay.
I'd just be willing to bet.
Okay. Willing to bet on
Okay, if I do look it up though,
willing to bet on cat pictures, but not bet on horse races.
right off the bat, I've got 1, 2. That's a repeat. 3, 4, 2 in 1 picture. 5. For some reason, there's a cat that looks like Steve Buscemi here.
I can tell you, Steve Buscemi and Ron Perlman do not look alike.
They certainly do not.
They are two very distinctly different white guys.
Yes, you would not confuse them. But anyway, yes, just from a quick Google image search, I got like 6 cats.
There you go. Bet 1.
Yeah, anyway.
I bet you we can make a good character in this system. How about that?
Well, we are making a cat, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
True. We also, I realized I shouldn't get ahead of myself either. Because before we start looking at Ironsworn, we have to look at our rules, aka the show rules.
Yeah.
AKA the cat creation rules.
Yeah. We can't forget the cat creation rules, because they are the thing that keeps us on target, on brand, and, dare I say it, on cat.
He dares says it.
I dare say it now every time, I think. Honestly, at this point, I don't think it's that controversial.
Oh yeah, no. It's ingrained itself into the show at this point.
Yeah. Anyway, rule number 1 is we accept no cop-outs. We're making a cat, the exact animal that comes to mind when I say the word. No anthropomorphic cat races. No people turned into cats, no lions, no tigers, no other cop-outs you could imagine. And honestly, I think this comes with a lot of half-animal races, or gives you the tools to make your own. So, like, that is a thing that we might have to dodge, is people, like, you know, anthropomorphic cat races.
I see. Okay, cool. Good to know. But we'll have to make it work, because rule number 2 is we cannot use homebrew/house rules. The rules in the rulebook do not explicitly allow something to happen. We count it as a rule broken, aka playing as a literal cat and not a cat person.
Yeah. Rule number 3, if the game includes stats for a literal cat, those must be used or adapted to the game's character sheets. I will be surprised if they expect you to play as a cat.
Well, maybe they just have a cat stat block in there for funsies, you know?
I am checking the assets list right now. We've got a cave lion.
Okay. Type of cat, not a literal cat.
No, that's a companion type. Let's see. We got a young wyvern, which is not in any way a cat. Like, not at all. You've got animal kin as a path.
Is that, like, you're good with animals?
Probably. Actually, what does it say? When you make a move to pacify, calm, control, aid, or fend off an animal or beast companion, add +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit. You may add or upgrade an animal or beast companion asset for 1 fewer experience, or once per fight, when you leverage your animal or beast companion to make a move, re-roll any dice. So the paths are like upgrade paths, basically. You start with 1 point in it, and you get, some of them you start with one point marked off, and then you have others that you can check in once you've got more experience to invest in it.
Huh, nice.
Some of them don't start with any of them checked. Anyway, we're not done reading the rules yet.
We are on rule 4, correct?
Yep.
Alright. The character, class, background, playbook, job, what have you, must exist in the game's core rules or as part of an official expansion. We cannot use homebrew classes. They're not real.
Yeah.
And we're not looking at expansions today, I believe.
Oh, but there are so many.
There are? Dang.
Yeah, we've got... It's not just expansions. Although, again, there are a lot of expansions at this point. But there are alternate settings. Like, there's Ironsworn Starforge. There's... okay, now I'm on the website. We've got Ironsworn Delve, where you go into the depths. Ironsworn Sundered Isles, which is like steampunk pirates.
Oh, sounds kind of sick.
Yeah, one moment. I thought you might like that one. Sending you the link to the web store or the website page right now. Very Treasure Planet coded.
Oh my gosh. I love Treasure Planet so much.
That was an incredible movie. And also like a shockingly faithful adaptation to the source material.
I mean, yeah, for how they did it, it was pretty close.
Still can't believe that we were robbed out of 2 sequels to that.
I would literally give up my firstborn child for 2 sequels to Treasure Planet.
Oh, I didn't know you had a firstborn child.
I don't, but I would have one to get 2 more.
All right. Anyone out there who is hoping to have Avalon's children, you've been warned.
Do not put that call out there. We can't have that on record.
Anyway, what rule are we supposed to be reading?
We're on number 5.
Right. The cat can learn any skill available to its class, even if it's not something a cat could normally be trained to do.
Like fly a ship or use the force.
But again, we're not looking at sundials right now.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
Rule number 6 is if a tool would be physically impossible for a literal cat to use, even if comically downsized for them, they cannot use it. So I'm going to say a hoverboard, a flintlock pistol, a gyroscope. Yeah, any of those.
Things that we would not find in this setting anyway.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a gyroscope.
Maybe. They had those. What?
Someone probably figured out gyroscopes.
Yeah, super early on.
One moment. Just Googling it.
When were gyroscopes invented?
Yeah. Ancient Greek, round to look. That's what gyroscope means. That's for sure what gyroscope means. History.
I was about to say, are you sure you're looking at the right kind of gyro?
1743.
1743? That's
yeah,
way earlier than I thought still.
John Serson. It wasn't technically a gyroscope, but it was the basic idea. It was called Serson speculum.
I see.
Or the whirling speculum. I guess if you didn't like John Serson.
The whirling speculum. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because there was somebody in, the 1600s that figured out how a 4-dimensional cube would look.
That is true. Mathematicians are crazy.
Mathematicians are actually insane.
Speaking of not using, names based off, the people who've discovered it, do you ever think about, how we have, so many formulas that are just named after people?
Yeah.
Do you want to know the sad thing about the ones that aren't? Is that they actually are, but usually the mathematicians who figured them out were Middle Eastern.
Oh, so their names probably got changed, didn't they?
Yeah, so if you think about the sine, cosine, tangent principle, that was a formula that was discovered by someone in the Middle East. I don't actually know who did it either. I just know he was Middle Eastern. What's another one the quadratic formula. Basically, if it's named after the function and not the guy who discovered it, then chances are good the guy who discovered it was Asian or Middle Eastern. And if it is named after the person who discovered it, they're probably European.
Yep.
Messed up history facts.
What history fact isn't messed up? Let's...
You got me there. Man, I just got reminded of the freaking, the way that we project maps even is very Eurocentric. Not just Eurocentric, but Germany-centric, because the common map projection that we use these days was invented in Germany. And Germany's not nearly as big in reality as it looks on most, standard map projections.
Oh yeah, the entirety of Europe is, super small compared to what you would just see if you, Googled world map.
Yeah, if you look at that stuff on a globe, the common map projection we use is so wrong.
It's so funny.
Alaska looks huge on those projections as well, and it's big, but it's not that big.
Yeah, it's not the size of 3 of your hands big, it will show up on a globe.
Yeah. Anyway.
Rule 7.
Rule 7. If a character sheet has a section that is meant to be filled out in collaboration with the whole table, we leave that blank so potential players can make it fit the group that they're playing with.
And finally, rule number 8 is we have to keep track of every rule that we break.
And there you go.
Those are the cat creation rules with a little bit of tangents in it, in between. But would it be literal cat pod without random tangents?
Hey, who discovered the tangents?
1, depends on which kind. 2, Joel, we cannot keep doing this. We need to look at Ironsworn.
You got me there.
Let's see. Bonds, character creation.
Egyptian mathematician.
Are you looking up who discovered tangents?
I'm sorry. I'm closing the page. I didn't get to the answer anyway. All right. Yes, I was reading about it on Wikipedia.
The number 1 source of information. And I stand by that. That's not satire. I genuinely think that.
I mean, it's an encyclopedia, so, it's an aggregation of, information from everywhere, right? That's how they work.
Yeah.
But it's also a wiki, so it's a big one.
A good old wiki.
Yeah, that's how it got called, Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Never call it Wikipedia. Like, I'm sorry that I put that on you, but like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let's actually start making a character. We've already been recording for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say, we've put some time in, and we haven't even said what an Ironsworn is.
Anyway, but that is the first thing. If you go to chapter 2, your character on page 31, you are Ironsworn. Others live out their lives hardly venturing beyond the walls of their village or setting, but you are different. Your sworn vows will lead to a life full of danger, heroism, and sacrifice at the edge of the known world.
That sounds pretty epic.
Yeah. So before you jump into the mechanics of your character, consider their motivations, interests, skills, personality, and weaknesses. It's fine to start with 1 or 2 ideas about your background and goals. You can flesh out your character as you play. It also says we've got a couple principles to work off here. First off, be awesome. Second, be who you want.
What if who I want to be is already awesome?
Yeah, we are going to be pushing that second point about as far as it will go.
Because we know who we want to be.
Yeah. And, depending on how well or poorly it's supported by the rules, we might be going even further beyond what it intends.
Alright, Goku, let's reel it in. So, character basics says start with a name. You have a name. Perhaps others will honor it someday in stories and songs. Oh, they do have tables to roll on.
For names?
Yep, on page 184.
Oh, heck yeah.
Ironlander names. Oh, you need a D100. I don't got that part.
You don't have a D100? One moment. I've actually got a 100-sided die around here somewhere.
I was about to say, I've got 2 D10s.
I mean, that'll work too.
If you got a 100-sided die.
I've also got my phone app, which is right here. I won't have to go looking for anything.
I really hope we get 29.
I rolled a 93.
Nan. Wait, can this just be an old lady cat and everybody just calls her Nan?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Heck yeah. Alright,
So these are the Ironlander names. There are so many tables for names. We've got elf names, other names. Like, there's a lot of tables for names in here, guys. Like, there's 2 just under Ironlander names, like 2 separate Ironlander tables.
Dang.
And then we have another one on page 183 that is character descriptors.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and scrolling back up, we got roles and goals. I think we're actually going to be going through a lot of these probably during the character creation process.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of Oracle action, Oracle theme, region, location, coastal waters location.
So that's probably what those, we saw those cards attached to the play kit at the start. I'm betting that's what those are for then.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It also has the Oracle's worksheet down here. We might be using that too.
We'll see. But anyway, for now we know that our Ironlander is named Nan. That is just N-A-N.
Yep. So we have our name. We're Nan. I also wrote down an old lady cat with a heart of gold and claws of iron.
Probably not literally. We'll have something else for our iron.
Could you literally give a cat iron claws?
Yeah, but, I mean, when they gave Wolverine adamantine claws, it hurts him to, pull those out.
That's true.
I guess they need more than the claws, and they did that dude's whole skeleton.
Yep, his whole skeleton is metal. But we're not going to do that to this cat, trust.
Yeah.
What we are going to do is take a look at stats.
Yeah. Oh, one thing that I meant to mention back when we were talking about Rule 7 that I totally forgot about. Ironsworn is technically a GM-less game that can be played solo. You can play with a game master, but you don't technically have to have one.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can play this game solo, and you can play it with a group that doesn't have a GM. So, we are going to be skipping creating a whole world around a character so that you can make this cat fit your group. But, technically, we could just release this as a solo character and make the whole world too. Hypothetically. We won't though.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, on to stats.
Alright. There are 5 stats. Each is given a value from 1 to 3. When you make a move and roll dice, you usually add one of your stats to your action die. The move will tell you which stat to add or give you a choice. Oh?
Yeah, so the moves have locked functions basically. Or locked is not the right word, but the way that they work will be the same every time, but you're allowed to have a different way of handling it. So, if you're in combat, then you could be rolling with heart, iron, or shadow, because you could be going in being brave. You could be trying to brute force your way through with iron, or you could be trying to do a sneak attack with shadow.
Mm-hmm. Sneaky. Okay. Well, do we want to go through and give the little blurbs on these?
I mean, there's only 2 left that I didn't do, which would be edge, which is quickness, agility, and prowess in range combat. So, like, if you had slingshot or bow and arrow or a crossbow, some kind of old-fashioned gun.
Mm-hmm. Like a flintlock pistol.
A cannon.
A cannon!
And then there's wits, which is expertise, knowledge, and observation.
At the bottom here it says, to start, arrange these bonuses across your 5 stats in any order. We've got a 3, 2 2s, and 2 1s.
So what kind of cat are we?
So I wrote my little blurb at the top before reading the stats. I did put an old lady cat with a heart of gold and claws of iron. So...
Okay. Well, this could be a pretty strong cat then. I think our 3 has to go in heart.
Yes.
Because heart is courage, willpower, empathy, sociability, and loyalty. So it's not just how brave you are, it's how well you get on with other people.
Mm-hmm. I like to think this cat gets along well.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that we should put one of our 1s in edge. Because if this cat is an old lady, she's probably not that quick.
Yeah, I agree.
What are we thinking?
I think we should put the other one in wits, because I think it would make more sense for us to still have a little bit of that deceptiveness and sneakiness in us.
You know, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking of it for a different reason, though. I was like, sometimes old people can be forgetful and senile, so...
I mean, that's true, too, but I was specifically thinking it would make more sense to have higher shadow and iron, since we specifically mention iron.
Yeah.
In your description.
Yep. High iron, great. Don't worry about talking to your doctor about it. So those are our stats. Up next, I think we calculate health.
Yes, that represents your current physical condition and stamina ranked from 0 to +5. To start, set your health track to +5.
Okay.
Easy enough. I don't actually know if we need to write anything here, because it's literally supposed to be a marker that you move up and down on the character sheet.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because it's the way they have it on the diagram is that you put a paperclip on what your stats are. So I will leave it so that anybody printing this out, or using the PDF, I guess, can circle and track their own stuff.
And it's the same thing with spirit.
Yep. Spirit is set to start. Set your spirit track to +5, so that'll automatically be maxed. And then we have supply. To start, set your supply to +5. You and your allies share the same supply while you adventure together. When one of you makes a move that raises or lowers the supply track, each of you should make the adjustment on your character sheet. Okay, that's good to know for other peeps.
Whole party shares the same supply.
To describe it a little bit, supply is an abstract representation of your preparedness, including ammo, food, water, and general upkeep. Instead of keeping track of a detailed inventory, you can consider most of your mundane gear as covered under supplies.
I don't know how accurate of a gameplay representation Shrimp and Crits is, but if it's anything to go off of, like, you're gonna be gaining and losing supply all the time. Like, it's bad if you run out, but, like, you're gonna have so many opportunities to refresh supply. The thing that's gonna be hardest to keep up if it starts going down is spirit, because, like, you can restore health with first aid, but spirit is, I think you specifically have to rest. There's information about how to restore each of these things attached to the moves that they're part of.
I see.
But yeah, they do mention, like, you can increase your spirit when you find comforting companionship through moves such as make camp or forge a bond for, like, spirit.
Heck yeah. That makes sense too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Having a late night campfire talking sesh can help raise some morale.
Exactly.
I love that. All right. So after supply, that takes us to momentum.
Let's see. That represents how you are faring in your quest. It is gained and lost through moves. If you have positive momentum, you are building on your successes and ready to make decisive moves. If you have negative momentum, you have suffered setbacks and your quest is in jeopardy. You can use momentum basically the same way you'd use luck points in Monster of the Week to, like, help turn a bad roll into a good one.
Oh.
But, like, you'd have to basically spend momentum points to adjust the result of the die. So it's not like you spend one and it turns a mixed success to a full success or a failure to a mixed success. It's, like, you have to spend to actually adjust until the result is acceptable. So like you'd have to spend that many momentum, basically, is how I understand it anyway. And I mean, okay, the way that the dice system of this game works, it is sort of inspired by Powered by the Apocalypse, but it is not at all using the same, like, dice mechanics. It's using a similar resolution, but in order to set the difficulty of your check, you roll 2d10s. No, it's 2d10s. And then you roll a d6, which, between the d6 and whatever your roll modifiers are, has to beat the result of the d10.
Okay.
So, like, you want to roll low on your d10s and high on your d6.
That's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah. I've not actually looked at the odds table on this, but, like, I think it's similar to how it would be with 2d6, where your odds of a success are ever so slightly higher with just the base results, but like a modifier will make it much more comfortable to roll.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so to start, you set your current momentum to +2, your max momentum to +10, and your momentum reset to +2.
All right. Have those listed down. And then, yep, the current one being +2, that's another thing you track with your paperclip.
Yep. So you start positive, but it doesn't have to stay positive. Like, the tables can be turned on you.
Oh, how the turntables.
Hey, I just realized we are a month out at this point from the start of Action Fiction Autumn.
Oh boy, I'm excited.
Yeah, this should be great.
A lot of high energy episodes, right?
Yeah, we're gonna give you your fill of Keanu Reeves type cats and Jackie Chan type cats, probably.
Yeah. As John Wick would say, yeah.
Oh,
Have you seen the John Wick movies, Joel?
I saw the first one. I have meant to watch the rest, but I also canceled every single streaming service I was subscribed to at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to, like, rent them the old-fashioned way, or, you know, just buy access to them.
Yeah, I'm sure you could find some disc copies out there.
They probably still make DVDs, right?
Yeah, but that's not the point. We're not talking about movies. We're talking about TTRPGs that are action and fiction in the months of autumn.
Yeah, what they said. But anyway, that's a month out. We don't have to worry about that quite yet. Let's talk about where the show's at right now.
Well, the show right now is currently in your earbuds, but it could be on your phone or computer or other internet accessible device if you go to our webpage over at badgertrove.com/literalcatpod.
Yeah, go to the website, follow the links, follow our social medias, follow the podcast.
And follow your dreams.
That too. Especially follow your dreams. Actually, no. Follow your dreams if you're wearing a red t-shirt today. Everyone else, you can follow your dreams later.
You could do it some other time.
Yeah, I just realized I need to check to see if they ever fixed the Plink HQ system. Because if not, then, oh, they did fix it. Perfect. Good. That means I don't have to find another way to help you subscribe to the show directly in your favorite app from the press of a single button. Which you can do at badgertrove.com/literalcatpod by hitting the subscribe with your favorite app button on the website.
And if you're already subscribed and an active listener of the show, something else you could do is give us a rate or a review.
Yeah.
Go ahead, throw some stars at us. Let us know how great of a job we're doing bringing you free entertainment every other week.
Yeah. In all seriousness, though, like, there is no better way to help us reach a new audience aside from maybe telling your friends, which, hey, you should do that too.
Yes.
But there's the potential every time you or somebody else leaves just a simple rating that the algorithm is going to see that rating and think, I bet I could find someone else who likes shows of a similar category that I could put this in front of. And then, unfortunately, they will probably show us to the Critical Role people, but you know what? Everyone deserves to learn about new RPGs somewhere.
Yes.
And I guess at this point, Matt Mercer was involved in making some game. What was that? Daggerheart?
I think so. I think that's what it was called.
We'll probably get to that eventually.
Yeah. You think we can get Matt Mercer on for it?
I would be willing to bet his schedule is a little too full.
Probably, but never say never, Joel.
You know what? I guess you could shoot your shot, right? There's no harm in shooting your shot.
You never know if you don't try.
Yeah.
What else do we have for the show?
We have a Discord.
We do have a Discord.
Yeah, go to badgertrove.com/Discord. Easy.
Join in over there. Come say hi. We got a lot of people in here.
Hey, guys, real quick. I know I said that we didn't have to worry about Action Fiction Autumn right away, but if there are any specific character archetypes you would like to see us try to make a cat in, you could challenge us to do that by emailing us at literalcatpod@gmail.com. To guarantee that we read your email, you could also hypothetically maybe attach a picture of your cat.
Just hypothetically.
Yeah. And I will also remind you, again, just because this is coming up, that the Action Fiction Autumn theme was voted on by our patrons over at patreon.com/badgertrove. If you would like to participate in helping us choose the next theme, which we will be putting a poll out for immediately following the conclusion of Action Fiction Autumn, then you can do that by going to Badger Trove on Patreon. Anyway, I think that's enough about the show. Avalon, where would you like people to follow you?
Not on the streets, preferably. Also, wait, when does this episode come out?
13th, I think.
13th? Okay. Places you can follow me are Blue Sky. Over there, I'm just at Avalon Alchemist, and twitch.tv/Avalon Alchemist. Those are the two places online that I'm really most active. I don't do a lot on other sites. But if you want to tune in over on Twitch, I will have probably just finished up the Lies of P DLC by the time this is airing, and I will be starting my blind Dark Souls 1 playthrough. So come watch me struggle to figure out where to go.
Just for my clarity, that's not you literally wearing a blindfold, is it? Because that would be funny, but also, no offense, I don't know if you're that good.
No, I am definitely not that good. I mean blind as in I know nothing about Dark Souls 1, besides that it is a game that is hard, and I'm going to play through it without any guides.
Oh, well, good luck to you then.
Thank you, because I will need it.
As for me, you can follow me online at twitch.tv/omamervt, youtube.com/@omamervt, or Blue Sky at omamervt.bsky. What is it, social?
Social, yeah, something like that.
One of these days I need to figure out how to get the Badger Trove domain name attached to my handle. It can't be that hard.
Surely not.
Anyway.
I think that's it for the mid-roll. We'll let you guys get back to the episode.
And now on to vows.
Vows. When you swear an iron vow, you give it a rank. Troublesome, dangerous, formidable, extreme, or epic, and record it on your character sheet. You then use a vow progress track to mark when you reach a milestone. You should start your first session with 2 vows, a long-term goal, your background vow, and an immediate situation which must be dealt with, your inciting incident. You'll find quest starters in Chapter 4, Your World, and Chapter 5, Foes and Encounters.
So, I'm trying to think of how to handle this, because it could be that everyone has their own inciting incident vow, but it's much more likely that the whole group will share an inciting incident, or at least they'll be linked in some way, which makes me wonder if we should not do that one.
I feel like we should at least do the long-term goal, since it's our background vow.
Yeah, we gotta do the background vow, but I feel like maybe it would be better to leave the inciting incident blank.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. So let's see. We can venture over to page 195.
Write your background vow. When you create your character, you give yourself a background vow to represent a primary motivation or ultimate goal. This is a thing that you'll be working towards over the course of a campaign. Maybe a vow sworn years ago, or one which is a reaction to some recent major event. Fulfilling this vow will not be easy. In story time, it might require months, years, decades, even, to see this vow fulfilled or forsaken.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it may not even be a thing that you make significant progress on ever within the course of your world story narrative.
That would kind of stink, but
I mean, it's how you guys want to use it.
Yeah, it depends on how hard the vow is to complete and what you can use to get it achieved, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. Your backstory involves your former life as a raider, haunted. Oh, this is a example, yeah.
Like the example that they've got though is like, long story short, you are playing a character who is planning to face off against their former, like, clan, except the clan is led by your character's mother.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the description it gives. So it's like, you basically you've sworn an iron vow to face down against your mother eventually, but, like, you're not ready for that yet.
Yeah. You'll do that later.
You gotta train. You gotta see the world. You gotta recruit allies. Because it's not just gonna be her. You're probably gonna be fighting the whole clan, right?
Yeah. And that's a lot of people. How many people does it take to make a clan?
It's been so long since I played an MMO.
Yeah. Actually, that's so true. I think it only takes like two or three.
I think so, yeah.
All right. What do we want to do? What is this? What is Nan's long-term goal?
What would be a long-term goal for a cat who is probably not long for this world? Or at least her life's half over or something. I don't know.
To make the perfect stew. No, I'm kidding. I was going to go with something basic, like maybe some younger members of her family got murdered and she's on a vengeance quest.
Could be.
But she has a heart of gold, so maybe we want something more wholesome.
Maybe it's a journey she hopes to go on within her lifetime.
Oh, yeah. Like see the top of a mountain or something.
Maybe see the top of a specific mountain.
Yes.
Although we'd be adding stuff to a world that we haven't built. But that's fine, right?
Yeah.
You can add stuff to your world around what's in your character creation.
Yeah, TTRPGs are all about collective storytelling, so I feel like we could get away with a little bit of liberties of our own. I yearn to hike the lands to find and conquer Mount... What mountain?
Maybe there's a cat-shaped mountain called, like, Mount Mitten.
Mount Mitten?
Yeah, and everyone swears that it's like this twin peak mountain, right? That's like, people swear that it looks like cat ears.
Oh, I dig it. Mount Mitten. What do we think this is? Is this...
But she lives so far away from it.
So far away, like you wouldn't believe. This quest? Epic.
Maybe. I'm looking to see, I don't think there is, but like, any guidance on like what difficulty the starting vows should be? It doesn't really say.
It doesn't. I think it's just something that's long term, that's not like immediately present. Because this could be one of those vows that you just don't get to. It's up to the character.
One moment. I'm gonna look at the move for this because there's supposed to be a like definition for like progress marked. Because like a troublesome vow, you mark like 2 or 3 progress every time you mark progress.
Oh.
Because it's supposed to be an easy one, right? So like...
If it doesn't give us any guidance, I would say this would go under at least extreme.
Oh, it's under reach a milestone. Okay. So for a troublesome quest, mark 3 progress. For a dangerous quest, mark 2 progress. For a formidable quest, mark 1 progress. For an extreme quest, you mark 2 ticks toward a progress. And on an epic quest, you mark 1 tick toward a progress.
Wild.
So yeah, I think this would be formidable to extreme.
I want to say extreme because the cat's old.
I want to argue formidable simply because the thing that is stopping her is she can't make the journey alone. If this character gets added to a party, then that is already a massive leap towards her goal.
You know what? That's fair. I dig that.
It's still not a thing that she's probably going to be able to do with them right away, right? But like, eventually, they're going to have a job that'll take him in that direction.
Yeah. It's like, this is the end goal. This is my magnum opus.
I can die happy once I see the peaks from the peaks point of view.
Once I see the valley from the peaks.
Exactly.
What else we got? So we're not doing the inciting incident vow.
No, we're going to skip that one for now.
Sick. Then it looks like we're on to bonds. As you build relationships and complete quests in the service of others, you create bonds. Okay, I wonder if you start. You do. You should start your first session with up to 3 background bonds. Make a note of the people or communities you share bonds with and mark up to 3 ticks on your bond progress track. To learn more about your first session and your starting bonds, see page 193. It's actually on page 195. Mark your background bonds.
Yeah, there we go.
You mark 1 bond for your home village. Sorry, this is an example. You mark 1 bond for your home village. You also envision an NPC, the clan overseer, who is a loyal and good friend. Yeah.
And then you can reserve a bond.
Yes.
Technically, I think you can reserve all of your bonds. But, like, basically the reserve ones you don't have to roll to forge. You just have to be able to argue that you already know them.
Okay. That's cool, though. What about this? What if we do 2 background bonds and leave 1 in reserve?
I like that.
To let the person playing this be like, yeah, get more of a hold into the actual campaign that they're in.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, what if we only did 1?
Yeah, I'm looking more at the thing, and it's very leaning towards, like, if you're co-op, you should make these bonds with other people.
Yeah, you could. I don't think everyone does it that way, but I'm thinking, like, again, we should leave the option open.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's either, we have 2 options. There's 2 reasons that a cat like this would leave for an adventure, even if it's always been their life's ambition. Their life's half over, right?
Yeah.
So even if it's always been their life's ambition, there's only 2 reasons they would go. 1, someone they know is going, or 2, there was a tragedy.
Ooh, what if her husband died, and that's where he wanted his ashes spread?
Oh, that's a nice flavor to put on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like, we need the bond to be at least with his community then. So, like, maybe their children.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, their kids are too busy with stuff. They don't have time for their old grandpa anymore. So, like, maybe Nan kind of resents her kids a little bit, but she still loves them.
I don't even know about that. I mean, cats leave the nest. They move on.
That's true, yeah. So yeah, maybe they've just moved on.
And it's just her, and so she's decided to go off on this quest. And it could be a thing that she set out to do alone. But, like, we now also have the possibility that, like, first off, she could just run into her kids on her adventures, right? Like, if we make the bond specifically, like, with a litter of her children, then she could just run into one of those kids, like, out in the wild somewhere, or in the next town over, or something, right? That's not a problem.
Okay, yeah, I actually dig that a lot.
And then, like, oh, it's so sad to hear Dad died. How can I help you while you're here?
Yeah.
And then we also have the option, though, that, like, maybe this cat is able to take this journey because one of the other players agreed to help or something, right? We leave that open as well.
Yeah. Okay. I dig that a lot.
And then we just leave 1 more bond for the player to make that actually, like, ties them into the world as the group makes it.
Yeah, I've been looking at the character sheet trying to find if there is a place to put bonds. There is not.
I think there is in the play kit.
Oh no, I have the play kit open.
Yeah, there's a page for. I thought there was a page that was like bond cards.
No.
Huh.
Yeah, no. There is a section for bonds, but it's only, what's it called? It's only to add ticks towards the bond.
Oh, because it's tracking the number of bonds you're allowed to have. So we're gonna tick 2 boxes to start, or 1 box to start, basically. But that is weird that there's not a way to just write that here in the play kit.
Yeah, I don't know. So we're marking 1 bond box?
Yeah, which will leave the player with 2 more to
use as they see fit.
Yeah, basically.
Heck yeah. Yeah, get on this character. Okay, so if that's our starting bond, we have 2 bonds in reserve.
Yep. I feel like, I don't know, make a note on the page that's like, you have a bond with your children.
Let me...
Where, I don't know where you'd put, there's not a plot spot on the character sheet, but write it in the margins or something, because, like,
okay,
that's weird that there's not a thing for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll just write it under here. Oops. I am bonded to my litter. They have all...
I think maybe it's like they all ventured out into the world with families around the Iron Lands or something. Or they have families all around the Iron Land.
Okay, yeah.
Which you, listening at home, if you decide to play as this cat, can replace with whatever name you give to your specific world.
Yeah, true. Okay, so we have that written down, despite not having a dedicated spot for it. Up next...
Abilities and conditions. I don't think we actually do anything with this stuff to start with.
Yeah, it says, as you suffer hardships and setbacks in your quests.
Yeah, when you create your character, all abilities should be left unmarked.
Okay.
Now we go on to assets. Great assets. Great assets.
Uh-huh.
Someone's got to let me play Lethal Company with them one of these days.
Oh, we should play Lethal Company together.
Oh, heck yeah.
I love being a great asset to the company. Okay, well, assets in this game, though, what do we got?
There are 4 types. We got companions, paths, combat talents, and rituals. You can mix and match them as you like, whatever fits your vision for your character and their experiences and goals.
Okay, let's see. Companions are your NPC helpers. When you acquire a companion, give them a name and envision their appearance and personality. If they don't have a starting ability, choose one.
Paths represent your background, interest, training, and skills. They provide mechanical and narrative advantages, but also reflect who you are and how you interact with the world.
Nice. Combat talents. Ironsworn characters are assumed to be skilled fighters. Even without a combat talent, you can wield weapons and perform combat moves. Combat talent reflects a particular area of expertise and gives you additional options and bonuses. So the combat that they show is shield bearer. Somebody who's good with those.
Then rituals it's the magic system. Magic in Ironsworn is cast through rituals, which help support your actions or act as unique moves. Like all assets, rituals can be selected as you gain experience and can be upgraded over time to make them more flexible and powerful.
Sick.
You may select 3 assets when you create your character. Additional assets can be acquired with experience when you advance.
All right.
So, we actually have a list of assets that is included with the base game, which is all that I'm looking at right now. Although, hey, guys, the game's free, so, if you want to pay for the expansions, you should do that. Or, if you get a physical edition, I think they come with print cards, is what it looked like from the thing. So, that's also cool.
Heck yeah. Good old printed cards.
Yeah. The companion options that we have are Cave Lion, Giant Spider, Hawk, Horse, Hound, Kindred, which is any, intelligent, sapient, humanoid-ish type race, something that you could build a player character out of. A mammoth, owl, raven, or young wyvern. And then for paths, we get alchemist, animal kin, banner sworn, battle scarred. Actually, we can't take banner sworn or battle scarred to start the game.
Nope.
Those are special, according to the rulebook, as is ritualist, which we'll get to probably later in the list. They're listed alphabetically. But we got Bladebound, Bonded, Commander, Dancer, Devoted, Empowered, Fated, Fortune Hunter, Herbalist, Honor-Bound, Improviser, Infiltrator, Lorekeeper, Loyalist, Masked, Oathbreaker, Outcast, Pretender, Revenant, Rider, Ritualist, Shadowkin, Sighted, There are so many paths.
Yeah, there are a lot of paths.
Spiritbound, Storyweaver, Trickster, Veteran, Waterborn, Wayfinder, Weapon Master, Wild Blood, Right? Oh, we've reached the end. There we go.
Nice.
And then we got combat talents. Archer, Berserker, Brawler, Cutthroat, Duelist, Fletcher, Ironclad, Long Arm, Shield Bearer, Skirmisher, Slinger, Sunderer, Swordmaster, Thunderbringer, Augur. Augur is a ritual. Awakening, we're on to rituals. Augur, Awakening, Bind, Communion, Divination, Invoke, Keen, Leech, Lightbearer, Scry, Shadowwalk, Sway, Talisman, Tether, Totem, Visage, or Ward.
Alright. So it says we can't take a ritual at all at the beginning, right?
Did it?
Let me double check.
I'm pretty sure we can take them. It just says we can't take...
A ritual list is what we can't take.
Yeah, specifically a thing that makes it so... Ritualist gives bonuses to rituals.
Yeah.
You have to fulfill a vow in service to an elder mystic, and then forge a bond to train with them.
Sweet.
So you need to convince someone to take you on as an apprentice, and then learn from them.
Okay, so we get 3 of these off the start.
Yep.
I already know one of the ones I think I want to do.
What's that?
Wayfinder.
Wayfinder.
When you undertake a journey, take +1 momentum on a strong hit. You burn momentum to improve your result. You can also take 1 momentum after you reset. And then when you secure an advantage or gather information by carefully surveying a landscape or scouting ahead, you take a +1 and add +1 momentum on a hit. When you swear an iron vow to safely guide someone on a perilous journey, you may re-roll any dice when you fulfill your vow and marked experience, take +1 experience.
That makes sense.
I was about to say, this just makes sense because of our long-term goal.
Mm-hmm.
There is a spot for assets, right?
Well, there might not be, because you're supposed to use these cards to track them.
Yeah, so, okay. Should we write this down somewhere in the margins, too, then?
Yes, let's do that, because otherwise, I think back up on the actual, character sheet page, maybe... There's not much room in the margins here, is there? But
yeah, no. I can put white text down here.
That might work. Or right below that. although that's risky.
Yeah, depending on people's printers.
Yeah.
Is it assets, right?
Our starting assets, yeah. I like Wayfinder. I also think Animal Kin makes sense. We are animal, so...
We are animal. When you make a move to pacify, calm, or control, aid, or fend off an animal... Upgrade an animal or beast companion asset, and once per fight when you leverage your animal or beast companion. It sounds like this is for when you have a beast companion.
True, which we could have.
I was about to say, who's to say we don't have a beast companion?
I don't want to do something crazy like a hound or a horse but like a raven.
Yeah, dude, a raven would be sick. Actually dig that a lot. Because let's see, what does a raven do? Sly, when you secure an advantage or face danger, plus shadow. Okay. Knowing, when you face death, add +2 or +1 momentum on a hit. Diligent, when your raven carries messages for you, you may secure an advantage, gather information, or compel from a distance. Ooh, Hawk could be good too, though, because that could combine with our Wayfinder.
Oh, you're right. The abilities of this do match with that a lot better.
Yep. When you undertake a journey, when you secure an advantage, when you face danger or enter the fray. Yeah. It's really just the undertake a journey part.
You don't technically have to take these in order either. Like, if you wanted to take the Hawk Companion and then specifically just take Farseeing and never upgrade it past that, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Or if you get a point of experience and you're like, oh, I want to put that in Vigilant, you're not required to have Farseeing and Fierce first.
Mm-hmm. So let me add, what was it, Animalkin?
Yeah, Animalkin, and then let's do Hawk. And then where was that page of names? Let me, roll one more time here on... I guess we'll use the other Ironlander table. Is one of these supposed to be like boy names and the other one girl names? It doesn't really seem like there's a...
Oh, coming up with a Hawk's name?
Yeah.
What if we name him Ban or Dan? Nan and Dan.
I got 84, which is Kenrick.
Oh, that's way better than Dan. I'm down for that.
Okay, Kenrick the Hawk.
Kenrick. Is it literally just Kenrick?
Yeah. Imagine Kendrick, but without the D.
Okay, gotcha. Easy. Listen to quite a few Kendrick songs.
I think I know, like, 2.
There's one very important one that came out, I think, last year.
Yeah. Like, there's one that I know was on a movie soundtrack that I own, and then there's the one from last year.
Yeah.
That everyone has heard.
And if you haven't, what are you doing?
It was played at the Super Bowl.
If they haven't heard it, they're not like us, man.
it was at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, come on. Everybody watches the Super Bowl.
Well, I didn't, but like...
I didn't either.
I saw the halftime show after the...
Yeah. All right. What are we on to now? Because that's all of our starting assets, right? It's just the 3.
Yeah, that might actually be it. One moment. Let me get back up to the...
Yeah, I'm looking through here. It's all about acquiring assets, abilities, companion abilities, failing an asset mood, using asset cards, marking experience.
We could start with equipment.
Make a note of any items which have a narrative impact in equipment which relates to your assets. Keep it simple. Okay, yeah, we can mark down equipment.
I'm trying to see if there's like an actual equipment thing here in the table of contents. In Ironsworn, you won't worry too much about equipment.
Yeah, it says they don't offer mechanical bonuses unless they are represented by an asset, such as a weapon used in combat or in a combat talent. So I guess this is just anything extra we want to put on our cat. Do we want to give her a sun hat?
Yes, obviously. And also iron-tipped claws.
Yes. Okay. Sweet. I don't think they don't have like an equipment section either.
Nope.
I'll put it down here with the starting assets. A sun hat. Anything else we want to give her?
I mean, we got the sun hat, we got the iron-tipped claws, we got... I don't know, is there anything else that would be important for her? I don't think so. I don't think it would make sense for us to have a weapon.
Yeah, no.
It definitely wouldn't make sense for us to have a deadly weapon.
I think that might be it then. I can't think of anything else to add.
Like, we need something that's iron on us in order to do an iron vow. Because that's part of the ceremony of the iron vow.
Oh, okay.
Is you need to place your hand on iron and swear the vow.
Well then, yeah, having iron-tipped claws, it's right there. Any vow you make.
Yeah.
Right on iron. And I bet that's what Nan says too. She's like, look at these claws. I would never lie to anybody. And I put that on my hands, on my paws. That's
rough.
What? Why is it rough?
I don't know. Why did I say that?
You have a hard time swearing on iron, Joel?
Let's see, do I actually have anything made of iron in my room right now?
Some blood.
Yeah, there's iron in my blood, but I don't want to, like, pull blood out of me anytime I need to make a promise.
So just, like, put it over your heart, you know? That's, like, the next closest thing.
Yeah, I'm definitely not pulling the iron directly out of my heart, thank you.
But it could be so easy.
Yeah, but then how do you put it back or make it stop coming out?
Yeah, that's actually a great question that you should figure that out yourself. I don't have the answer.
I don't know that I have anything made of iron in this room. Plenty of steel. I've got some other metals, but no iron.
I actually don't think I have any iron in here either.
It's kind of heavy, right?
Iron, yeah.
Like, it's one of the heavier metals that we work with to use for things.
I thought you were about to make a music joke there, but
No.
I see I was mistaken.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think it's technically a heavy metal, quote unquote. It's not like lead or mercury, but like, it's like, there's a reason that we started making steel, right? It's because iron's heavy.
Weighs things down a lot.
Yeah.
But okay.
Anyway.
No swears over here.
Yeah, sorry guys. I can't swear an iron vow to you. I can swear a silver vow, assuming this fork is actually made of silver.
I can swear a ceramic vow. I got a bowl in here.
I can definitely do an aluminum vow. Probably a nickel vow. Maybe a zinc vow.
I could do a plastic vow, easy peasy, any time of day.
I don't know what that mug is made out of that's hanging on the wall.
But
it's not iron.
And what are you made out of, Joel?
2/3 water and some other stuff.
Just start listing off the list from Full Metal Alchemist.
There you go.
Okay, well, I think we've done it. We've made a cat. We've made Nan the grandma cat.
Yeah.
She's on a journey, just like that band.
Yeah, the one that says someday love will find you.
I was talking about the people that made Carry On My Wayward Son, not Journey. Come on, man.
Man.
Got him.
Anyway.
But no, that was a good Journey joke.
So here's the thing. I'm not 100% sure whether or not we broke a rule.
Yeah, it's very open. They don't really tell you what your character has to be.
The only thing is I don't think you could make an argument that a cat would be a kindred.
A kindred?
Yeah, like, we talked about this earlier because it's a companion option to have like a sapient humanoid assumed, like something that could be a player character in like a typical high or low fantasy RPG, especially your dungeon crawler type. Like that's what the assumption behind kindred is.
I see. Okay, then yeah. So like maybe a rule broken? Half a rule broken?
Yeah.
We'll just count it as one.
Just saying, I don't think that we count as a kindred.
Yeah.
Although
it's
just like with Fellowship, right? Where like technically all the world details are determined by the players as a group. So you could hypothetically make a world where cats count as kindred.
That's true. So it's only a broken rule if you want it to be a broken rule in your game. If your GM isn't cool, you know?
Yeah.
I love using that excuse because I, as a GM, will basically let my players do anything if it's cool.
I don't know. I've tried to do that and I've regretted it in the past, so.
Yeah, but sometimes it can make for funny stories even if you do regret it. But I will say I won't let them go too far. I do have to reel it in sometimes.
That's fair. But like, there was a game that I ran where like I was ignoring certain rules in the book that just didn't make sense at the time, or like they were poorly defined, and so we just kind of skimmed over them. And what ended up happening is because we weren't following them, the players got this expectation that they didn't matter. And so, like, they were trying to make rules that would track across 3 scenes and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. That's not good.
And it just made for one incredibly frustrating session, after which we started following those rules.
Yeah, understandable. I recently had to remove a rule from my campaign because we're at such a high level that the rule would basically insta-kill somebody if rolled poorly. Because, like, when you make, like, a dex save or something like that, I had it originally when, you know, my group was dealing, like, max 10 damage a hit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, if somebody rolls a nat 1 or a nat 20, like, if you roll a nat 20 on something, or, like you don't take any damage, but if you roll a nat 1 on a dex save, you take double damage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, once you get... Like, if you're playing, like, 5th edition D&D still with this group, right?
Yeah, we are almost done.
Yeah, that's... Once you get up to the higher levels, you're playing Rocket Tag.
Yeah, genuinely. Well, because literally... One of my players, somebody that we just added to the campaign, rolled a nat 1 on their save, and I was like, yeah, that would do 126 damage to you. I'm not letting that happen. I'm removing this rule.
Yeah, sometimes you just hit the point where you're like, oh yeah, it was written this way for a reason.
Yeah. I'm like, it is cool and fun, but I don't want somebody to accidentally just like full die in one shot and like they can't do anything about it. So,
well, I mean, 5th edition has death saves. It's not a great defense, but like it's not nothing.
Yeah, but I think it's like there's a rule that's like if you go under half your max HP in a shot, you just die. So like when it comes to like civilians and stuff, civilian has like 4 HP. If you hit them for 6, they die instantly or something like that. I believe that's a rule. That could also be one that I just dreamt up or something.
Not every game is great about that. Like, some of the rules that, like, I was talking about that I found confusing, they were hidden in the GM section, and others, there was literally a rule in my favorite RPG, City of Mist, the 1st edition of the book. There's not a full 2nd edition of the game, but, like, they did a rerun of the book where they split it into the player's handbook and the MC toolkit. In the original, like, tome edition of the book, which is what I have, they didn't specify in any rule section how you could handle tracking or marking crack and fade, which is the thing that will like, if you get 3 strikes on that, then you lose your entire character theme.
Oh, wow.
So, like, the flip side of that is is like the experience track, where, like, you mark 3 and it levels up the theme.
I see.
So the thing is, that is entirely, there's mechanical things where, like, you can call for someone to try and, like, make your player mark experience on a theme, or try and make them mark crack or fade. But ultimately, the decision to mark experience or mark crack or fade is player driven. Like, the player is the one who ultimately makes that rule. The only place that is ever stated is in the foreword.
Are you serious?
I am 100% serious. The only place that is explicitly stated is in the foreword. It's not part of an actual, like, gameplay rules chapter in the book.
That is insane. Way to hide a rule.
I'm pretty sure that's been fixed in, like, Queers and Otherscape. But, like, it's one of the reasons that I really hope that after doing Queers, Otherscape, and now Legend in the Mist, that we do eventually get a City of Mist 2nd edition.
That'd be nice.
Because there are so many things like that are like, the rule is there. The rule is written in the book, but it's not stated in a spot that actually makes sense. And, like, there are certain things where it would make more sense to say it twice than it would to just say it here, right?
Yeah, and that is definitely one of those. You should absolutely be saying that like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, like, anytime it might be relevant, I feel like it needs to be restated.
Yeah. And,
like, that was a rule that, like, we were just talking to, like, the game designers for Eureka, right? And they were like, and they were talking about, like, yeah, we've learned through playtesting that it's usually better to state things multiple times, because it'll never be clear enough if we put it somewhere and we think we're good off just that.
Yeah. Always, just drill it home. It's much better for people to know what they're doing than for people to stumble around your player sheet confused for half an hour and then finally get into character play and stumble around your character sheet for another half an hour.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, getting into D&D, that's what it was. I did not read that book beforehand.
A lot of people did not read that book before. A lot of people have still not read the Player's Handbook.
Oh, I still haven't read the whole thing, trust. I've read bits and pieces of it when I've needed to, but the whole thing? Nah.
But yeah, anyway, I think we're done with the character that we're working on, though.
We are. I think we can call that an episode. Tangents and all.
Well, almost.
Almost. We do have one thing left to do.
Yeah, Avalon's cat pun.
I gotta say, Joel helped me brainstorm this one a little, so I can't take full credit for it.
I'll still pretend I haven't heard it.
Okay. Joel, where can you find cats in the city?
Oh crap, where what?
I can give you the answer if you don't know.
On the other side of the intersection diagonally from me?
True, because that's probably catty corner from you.
Yeah.
There you go.